Hey guys, Krisha here. Please be cautious of any fake comments and emails you may receive from people pretending to be Mango Research. Sean and I will never, ever contact you for investment opportunities or anything of that sort. To get in touch with the real Mango team, make sure to join our official Discord chat using the link in the description below. Stay safe out there, and remember, do it Mango. And hello everybody, welcome to the Mango Grove. My name is Krisha, and this is today's Bitcoin and Axie Infinity analysis video. I have Sean with me today. Sean, say hi.
Good morning, guys, and a happy brand new week. Happy October, happy Monday. Ooh, Krisha, we actually doing an altcoin today, eh?
Yes, sirree. The markets are looking rather interesting right here, and Axie Infinity also, I think, is one of the top runners. And why do I want to cover this? Is because Sean and I actually took a trade. We actually took a trade based on the dashboard. So that was 4 days ago, and damn.
We want to show off. That's what this is.
No, okay, yes, as in like we're gonna be dissecting the charts here to see what's exactly going on, because we were seeing so many of these altcoins actually start, taking out some very important highs on their charts. So, and this is something that I told you guys last time, right? If you want us to cover any of the altcoins, we're going to start the altcoins again. So definitely let us know in the comments section below as to which altcoin you want us to cover in our next video. Okay, so if you have to pause the video, get down to the comment section and tell us, go ahead and do so. Now, of course, I wanted to start off with the Mango dashboard. Sean, Bitcoin USDT on the daily time frame has officially flipped long. Right? And this came in yesterday.
Yeah.
And we're beginning to see
the weekly candle close.
Exactly. So now we're beginning to see that momentum pick up. We have noticed some very interesting signatures actually unfold on Bitcoin's chart, which we will be going over. In addition to Bitcoin, guys, Axie Infinity, Axie USDT. I actually, I remember filtering based on the Ichimoku, the new Ichimoku feature that we have right here. I'll be doing a tutorial very soon, but I recall filtering out the bullish Ichimoku signature on this, and Axie Infinity popped up on the list on multiple time frames. That's what drove me to even look at the chart. I'm like, you know what? This is looking freaking phenomenal. So I took the trade on this. Okay, except I just wasn't expecting it to 2x in 4 days.
And so, I wanna touch on that, right? I really want to emphasize on that. We don't know as trend traders how much it's gonna go. Right? Yeah. You just got to take the signal, especially when everything's looking good on the chart and it's giving you the green check mark on all of your systems. You want to just take the trade. Yeah. Right? You don't know. You can feel good about it, but you stick to your rules nonetheless and put on the trade. Don't get overly risky on any of your positions. Know that any one of them could go amazing. Any one of them could go wrong, right? And try not to have any biases. And this Axie trade, was I expecting it to do this well? No, Krisha found it. She sent me the chart. I'm like, damn, this one looks really good. I'm taking this trade too.
And we were not expecting it because of what Bitcoin was doing. Because at that point, Sean, we hadn't closed the weekly, we hadn't closed the monthly, and look at that.
Axie was holding its Bitcoin levels. Making new highs, breaking out of that consolidation. And I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on over here? And my AVA trade was not doing as well, right? Yeah. So to me, just much like Cardano, right? When we got those huge Cardano trades, I was looking at my trades and I was looking at Cardano. I'm like, wait a minute, Cardano is doing so well, right? While these other coins are coming down against Bitcoin. So you find strength, and as trend traders, we're like, we will buy strength. Right?
Exactly. So just follow the system, right? Exactly. Ultimately, follow your system. If you're seeing a good freaking trade, it is your responsibility to take the trade if it fits your system. Axie checked all the boxes, but I owe this one to the dashboard. I think I would not have caught it.
The new Ichimoku feature. Yeah. So those of you who do have the premium access to the dashboard, do not neglect this feature. It is still in beta, right? So keep that in mind as well. Do not make it don't trade it in isolation, right? But start using it, guys. Like, start keeping an eye on it, because it's been I've been so excited for this feature, and when Krisha said she found it because of the Ichimoku, I was even more keen on looking at the chart.
Yeah. So this is what Bitcoin and Axie Infinity are doing on the daily time frame on the dashboard. Now, Sean, I want to get into the Mango view because, we closed a weekly candle today. In fact, not only a weekly, we closed many of some very important candles. So one thing on the Mango view, if I just pan on over to it, We were looking at Bitcoin against its ranges, right? So I'm just here on the weekly time frame, guys. You can toggle between your time frames. So I'm on the weekly time frame currently, and the one thing that we were looking at here at Mango was the 4-day SNR region, right? So if I just go ahead and toggle that on, look at where we're at. We're smack in the middle of the range, and I think that it is likely going to make its way all the way up to that 51.29K, right? What are your thoughts on Bitcoin right now on the weekly time frame?
Well, Bitcoin bamboozled all of the bears, that's for sure. Took back. Well, if you're playing it through the range perspective, we bounced off that key 40 SNR level, right? In my opinion, the 40 SNR levels were the levels to be eyeing this entire period, right? Ever since this consolidation, the breakout towards this region over here, 52,000. I was looking for Bitcoin to break that region. I was really skeptical. It did not break it, and we made our way down to the bottom of the region now, right? And we bounced off it, but more than that, guys, we've also taken back the 21 EMA.
Yes.
So this break underneath the 21 EMA ends up being more of a bear trap, right? Because we came down, tested the bottom of the support zone, closed right underneath, right? Making people go like, all right, that's it. Time to short Bitcoin. And hey, I don't blame them, right? You're underneath the 21 EMA. It's a good strategy to just be short Bitcoin, but I wasn't buying it considering we were still over that support region over here, right? I wasn't too keen on putting on that short position, and now we've closed above. And Kusha, we've not just closed above the 21 EMA, we've taken back the candle closes of the previous 2 weeks, and we've taken back the highs as well of the previous 2 weeks, right? So that week was a strong week. Do we pull back though? What are your thoughts?
I think we pull back, but I'm not looking for anything significant here because we do have some underlying support right, right underneath us. But right now, the way Bitcoin is looking now, the thing about this region, it was a chop, right? If you're looking at price relative to that 21 EMA, we lost the 21 EMA. However, you're right in that we had support there, and not just that, Sean. What was the one thing that really tipped us off? It was a monthly 10 simple moving average that we bounced off of. Okay, and we've noticed historically in the past is that every time Bitcoin does lose its weekly levels, at that point it would have already sort of lost the monthly levels. Only then does it really go on to lose the weekly. So we saw that sort of signature from historic price action, and we noticed that it wasn't following through in this current picture. That's why it was very important that we keep our eyes peeled on
the higher time frames.
Exactly.
Because every other time where people have been fixating on the lower to mid time frames, or rather mid time frames, if you're considering the weekly as a mid time frame, Bitcoin was looking weak on the monthly too, or rather the monthly time frame levels were above Bitcoin's price, right? The monthly was proving to be resistance. This time around, the monthly was giving us that underlying base support while losing the weekly level. So you kind of have to reframe your thought process through a trend analysis, because the monthly time frame, or rather, let's put it into a definition format. The higher time frames may step in anytime they want to reverse a lower time frame trend. So while things are looking really bad on the lower time frame, zoom out, guys, watch what's happening in the higher time frame, because the higher time frame may come in and reverse what you're seeing on the lower time frames. So if the higher time frames are giving the bullish signals, it's not as bearish on the lower time frames to take those trades.
So now let's talk about, is this it? Does Bitcoin go up from here? Do we get to 60K? Do we smash 60K? I'll give them my thoughts, and then you can tell them what you know, what your thoughts are. So the way I'm looking at this right now is that I still feel that but it is pretty apparent that Bitcoin is still range bound. Yes, we've taken back some of our major levels like the weekly 21, even the 4-day 21. However, we are still range bound in that we have resistance overhead. That resistance, once again, guys, comes in at 51.29K. Okay, $51,000. And I'll say this, it's only really once Bitcoin really starts taking out these highs here, because now we officially have a higher low, right, on your weekly. Now I want to see Bitcoin set in that higher high. I want to see that nice bullish ebb and flow of price action on our weekly time frame. Only then will I really start being like, all right, you know what? Things are beginning to look bullish for Bitcoin on the weekly time frame. So that's what I'll be looking for, honestly. Sean, what about you?
No, okay, in terms of what I'm looking for, I'm not looking for 60K, I'm looking for 150K, 250K, right? So 60K, getting up to 60K, while it'll be nice, it's not going to be enough for the big trade that I'm looking for. I'm looking for that big win on Bitcoin, but if you're asking me, okay, what would it take for us to get to 60K, then yeah, it's going to be the same answer I gave you guys a month ago. We need to take out $52,000. I want to see 2 4-day candle closes above this level, and then we're likely going to make our way to the top of the range. But I want Asset Mango to be a little bit different from the other communities, and keep our eyes on the big win, because that's what set us apart when we were sitting at 9K, 10K.
Yeah.
We were looking at $50,000 back then. I'm like, guys, there's a bigger win to be had over here leading into that yearly close. I'm like, zoom out now. We're not even going to be looking at the lower time frames anymore, because there's a massive probability of a massive win coming, right?
Yeah.
And when you see that kind of combination, you don't mess it up. I've messed it up in the past, and I didn't want to make that mistake. And we caught that big win because we had our eyes on the price. This time around, there is a massive win coming up, but the probability isn't as high as last time. So, yeah, that opportunity may not rhyme over here, but there is an opportunity over here for the big win, and we're going to have to keep an eye on the macro picture over here, on everything that's going on in the markets. And I want all of you guys to also keep an eye on Dixie over here, right? For the past like few weeks now, around 4 to 6 weeks, people have been asking me about Dixie, and I said it's not going to be a big concern until we actually start breaking that 95 level. Well, Krisha, we did get up there very recently, and this is the time where people weren't looking at it. In fact, let's go pull it up really quick. Do we have Dixie over here?
Right, third.
Okay, there we
third
go.
bottom, yeah.
And this is the weekly time frame, right? I do believe we wicked up to it right over here, came up to around 94.5, right? So this region over here is where the dollar needs to hold resistance. So what the dollar has done right now, if you want to like put a bullish spin on this, what I'm seeing over here is, all right, the dollar has consolidated all the way back to resistance, right? And now it has the opportunity to start trending back down towards support, essentially going sideways in this zone over here, right? So essentially drawing in a resistance line right over here. Use this wick low, by the way, guys, and then you draw in your support line over here. Okay, if you're looking at this very simply, if the dollar starts trending back down now, so what's the story here? What's the story here, guys? We have Bitcoin sitting up against major levels now. It has recovered.
Yeah.
It has recovered while the dollar was trending towards the upside and coming up against its resistance. Now, the likely play over here is that the dollar sees resistance and starts coming down, right? Is that bullish for Bitcoin? Well, yeah, relative to USD going down means Bitcoin goes up. So we have Bitcoin up against resistance, and if it breaks that major resistance, it's likely going to keep going and going and going. Right. But we have the dollar also at resistance, increasing that probability as long as the dollar holds this level. If we start seeing dollar strength over here, then it's going to be super interesting to see what Bitcoin does. But the best situation, of course, is dollar going down, Bitcoin going up with that, right? It's an easy play, right?
Yeah.
So this is one of the angles that we're looking at, and now we're going to be looking at Bitcoin's monthly time frame, Krisha. And here we're on the weekly. By the way, guys, weekly dynamic held again. We're living above the weekly buy-up. Wick down a little bit above it, but who knows? We may come in and touch it exactly to the T before we see continuation. But yeah, dynamic holding one more time. But I want us to keep our eyes on this monthly. The monthly has been golden for us, right? The monthly is where we even flip bullish on this monthly candle close. If you guys do remember, it was this monthly candle close where I was like, all right, I can't even be midterm bearish over here anymore. Yeah. I'm going to start looking for those big long trades, regardless of what the market is doing on the lower time frames, because this monthly was huge. Yeah. We took out the high, closed green, great candle, close above the dynamic. Now I'm going to be looking for something very similar. Can we close this month above this level over here at $47,000? If we do, hey, check mark. Can we take out the high of the previous month at around 52,053? If we do, check mark. So we see the monthly close above $47,000. We see the high be taken out at around $53,000, and we see around 2 4-day candle closes above 52, 53. Well, in that case, I'll be gunning for around $90,000 to $100,000 next.
Boom. And okay, now let's talk about, so I like your levels, and I completely agree with it, right? A 51 to 52, $52,000, we're going to be looking for 4-day candle body closes over that for us to really gun for those higher levels. Now, if I really had to sort of assess who's got the edge here, okay, for that, I want to get on over to the 3-day time frame, because I caught something very interesting on this 3-day time frame. Let's get on to the 3-day. Okay, put on the Ichimoku cloud on here, and I want you to see what's happening, right? Ooh. You know what? I'm actually going to go ahead and clear my levels. Are you okay with that?
Go for it.
Cool beans. Alrighty. what do we see here? What do we see here? The cloud is green, all right? We got that Tenkin, Sean, which is our faster sort of a derivation of the moving average, climbing up into the Kijun, almost going to give us that cross. And that's not just going to be any ordinary cross, guys. That is going to be a super bullish cross above the cloud.
Yep.
Okay, so now let's go ahead back into history and see when was the last time we got that cross. Okay, a TK cross, a bullish TK cross above the cloud on the 3-day time frame. Let's zoom out. Ready? Now look for that. Look for that cross above the cloud. Any bullish cross above the cloud?
Oof.
Anything? Nope. Nope. Oh, what do we see here?
Ooh.
Right? We had a bullish cross right here. This was when? The last one we got was 21st October 2016.
Bitcoin was around $700, $600.
Right, and look at the drop that we saw Bitcoin actually go through at that point. Like, this was already in a bullish rally. We saw a drop worth, what? Wow. This was a good 38%.
To a market psychology perspective, it's very similar.
Exactly, right? So now we got another 3-day TK cross above the cloud here back in October 2016. And Sean, what month is it again?
October. My oh my. People have been comparing the our entire rally to 2013, etc., etc. But let's just look at the market psychology of what happened over here, Krisha. Okay, so we had this massive run up from let's say the consolidation zone was around here, right? Ooh, this is looking nice. Okay, so let's say the consolidation zone was around that 350 to 400, 500 level, right? We broke towards the upside, had a massive run, correct? Massive run, a good 100% move, 75% move, all the way to around $800.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, not as massive as the run we took from 10K to 5K, but look at the market psychology. The run after consolidation, and then we dump back down, right? And these were pretty aggressive dumps considering the run up that we had.
Yeah.
We pretty much retraced a lot of it before we got picked up, consolidated again.
Yeah.
Right? Then we had the bullish TK cross, and then we just kept going and going and going. And this was a prolonged rally, right?
Yeah.
This was a really long run. It didn't happen as fast, right? As if you compare it to just $4,000 Bitcoin to 20,000, that was a fast run.
Yeah.
But if we draw one-to-one comparisons to this area 600, where we slowly grinded, and then we had a parabolic move, well, what that means is that before we see the parabolic move, we have another 3x or 4x and then a parabolic move. That would be nuts. But hey, the one thing I can tell you guys is do not discount the impossible situations.
Yeah.
Right? The markets will go higher than you think it will. Markets will go lower than you think it will. Always keep that in mind, because those kind of wins towards the downside and towards the upside are the wins that will change your life.
Yes. So these are the key signatures to keep your eyes peeled on right now.
Let's go ahead and now let's calculate what was the run up after that bullish TK cross was right here, right? That was a 3,000% run up. Let's say we do even half of that here.
Okay.
Let's say we do even half of that here. Okay, so that's 1,500%, right?
Oh, you need
okay, I need more
space. Fix your scale.
Okay, let's go. We need to fix our scale. Well, is that really out of the realm of possibilities? I don't think so. Let me do it from here. 1,500, so somewhere around here. This is if Bitcoin hits only half of the move that it did from the last 3-day TK cross.
Yeah.
Okay, we're sitting around $700,000. Now people will be like, oh, who would want to buy over there? But people would be buying on low liquidity order books with the existing Bitcoin that they do have using leverage, right? So that's how the markets just keep going and going and going.
Yeah. But there's, of course, these are all great numbers. We'd all love for Bitcoin to go to these numbers in just one fell swoop. But there is a lot of other, dynamics as well as variables in the market that, of course, Mango will be, drawing your eyes to when the time is right. But so far, these are the current signatures that we're seeing on the chart. Watch out for that TK cross. Please note that we haven't really got that TK cross just yet. Okay, price is climbing. If Bitcoin does dump from here, then maybe we see a rejection on that cross. However, guys, if Bitcoin actually starts ticking up from here, we get to that $52,000 region and break 52K, thus putting in that new high. I will be expecting that cross to come in. Okay, so these are the key signatures to keep in your in your purview for now. But yeah, the next level on top, guys, $52,000. We start breaking that. Then I'm saying after the race is 60K. If Bitcoin starts taking out the Kijun down
600K,
sorry,
right?
Okay, wow. Okay, for Sean it's 600K. For me, just knock off that 10 and you're good. Hey, one step at a time. If this, then that. Oh God, I'm already like sweating here. But no, as soon as we start taking out the Kijun and the Tenkin to the downside, then I'm saying likely gonna get a test of $44,000 to $43,000. Okay, but at that point I'll be keeping my eyes peeled on what the chart is doing, because I don't know, we'll be doing something very different. Once again, we would have lost. Actually, no, the weekly 21 comes in at 44. Yeah, we can still get those tests and still be safe.
We could totally see a pullback. But I'm looking for a pullback. Possibly towards the 2-day dynamic. Let's go ahead and pull that up. Where's that coming in at? 45, 46K.
Yeah,
right? This is going to be a buy.
And look at that doji.
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
You have that doji too. We could see that. Yeah.
If we take out this low, okay. If we take out this low at $47,000, I'll be looking for a pullback around 46K, and I will be I'll be looking to buy that. If we lose the 2-day dynamic, I'll get out of the trade again.
Yeah.
Whatever. You can't win them all, right? But you just got to take the trade regardless. Take your loss quickly and look forward to the next trade. And you don't know when you're going to catch that big win. You take the system trades anyways, and you'll catch one like AXS Infinity or the Solana trade. You don't know.
Do you want to just quickly pan on over to AXS?
AXS, let's do it.
Let's do this. So it's just going to be a pretty... keep this one short. Now guys, do not remember. Now guys, don't forget.
Don't remember too.
Now guys, don't forget to tell us which altcoin you want us to cover in tomorrow's video. Of course, the popular vote wins. And as far as Axie Infinity goes, it's, well, to infinity and beyond. I mean, what's left to say? It's in blue sky breakout, right?
So the big ad on this trade, if you were already in the trend trade or if you're looking to enter this trade after the breakout, was right over here. After breaking, so what do we have here? We have the impulsive move. So guys, those of you who are just joining Mango or following us, go ahead and watch the series I did on Solana. Right, this is very, very, very similar, right? You had a consolidation on the higher time frames, you broke out of the consolidation, and then what happens is after consolidation you have an impulsive move, you pull back, right, on over to your lower time frames, you buy the first touch of your trend indicator. Now over here we're using the dynamic, and you can see that we tested the dynamic once, twice, consolidated, and then broke out again. Now again over here you re-add on over to your trade if you want to keep strengthening that position. So how do you do this? Well, your first position could be here, if not already over here if you're playing the higher time frames, and then you wait, right? If you break and lose the dynamic, you get out of the trade and look for the next opportunity. However, if you see this over here, you add to the trade right over there because you're playing the strength in your favor, and now you're seeing continuation, right? Now we can go on over to the low time frame and see what's going on over there, and again, not really giving you much because this is trending aggressively. It's having its impulsive move. So what you'd be looking for now is, when do we see the pullback on the lower time frames, on the 1 hour time frame, and perhaps a retest of the dynamic would be your next buy opportunity. And again, if you lose that dynamic on the 1 hour, you can exit that trade, that portion of your trade, and look for further pullback on over to the high time frames, like the 4 hour, the 12 hour, etc. So that's all you can really do right now once you break out of the consolidation. But the consolidation zone was right over here on the weekly time frame. Broke out very, very aggressively. On the daily, you can see it a bit better right over here.
It was the 4 hour. The 4 hour that was the give. Like this was, and that's when we caught it on the dashboard, right?
The dashboard called it really well.
we bought into the strength there. But this Axie Infinity right now is looking extremely strong. Perhaps I can use my magic tools to come up with further price targets later on. But yeah, I think I agree with Sean's analysis here. Good stuff. I would not FOMO into this. I'll wait for it to come down to a major indicator. Watch the trend on the 1 hour and the 4 hour time frame, because that is going to be your first tip off on whether or not we're likely going to start seeing those pullbacks. Okie dokes. Now, yeah, Sean, is there anything else that you want to cover?
3% up today. No, there's so much I want to talk about, but we'll save that for the rest of the week.
Cool beans. And with this, guys, trade safely, trade stress-free, trade the mango way, trade the easy way. Ciao.
Ciao, guys.